As her new album comes out today, I'd like to take the time to discuss one of my favorite artists of all time, Weyes. Early in 2021, I sat down to listen to the album Titanic Rising by Weyes. I opened my notes app ready to capture my thoughts on each track as they played in simultaneous fashion. First up was A Lot's Gonna Change, which I soon began to realize would be one of my favorite songs of all time. It's very rare that a piece of music affects me as profoundly as a song like A Lot's Gonna Change did. I hadn't felt that feeling of immediate connection to any track since I Know They End by Phoebe Bridgers about 6 months before. Listening to A Lot's Gonna Change for the first time felt like one grand, melancholic, sweeping, therapeutic, eye-opening experience, and its value only increases with every listen. It's not rare for me to blast the song into my headphones at midnight and close my eyes while nodding my head in order to let the magical sound encapsulate me. It starts with a more than 30-second introduction, complete with a set of shimmering, wobbling synthesizers and an ambling, somber piano, the latter of which continues when Natalie Merring's gorgeous voice shines through. From the get-go, her lyrics are straight to the point and are filled with profound depression and hunger for youth. Merring likens the world to a blanket wrapped around her and bringing her comfort, as she reminisces of a simpler time. This, combined with the old-timey production, make this song have an instantly memorable vintage and nostalgic quality to it. She sings, "If I could go back to a time before now, before I ever fell down, I'd go back to a time when I was just a girl, when I had the whole world gently wrapped around me." Once the drums kick in and the pre-chorus ensues, the track takes on an otherworldly quality, contrasting its hopeful message with its slow-moving percussion and bleak mood. The spiritual orchestral arrangements also bring a layer of vibrance to the mix, as the title of the track is sung with a type of beauty and gracefulness that's all too rare in the music scene. The track bodes this sort of serene and light aura and could be compared to a warm wave of relief washing over you, taking all of your pent-up anger and sorrow and releasing it in a blissful wave of melancholia. Every second thus far builds and builds with bittersweet splendor, all heading to the marvelous payoff that comes at the end of the phrase, "in your lifetime." Here's the pre-chorus I just mentioned. Forget everything that happened in your day. Close your eyes and listen. Let the feeling of the music overtake your body. The oblique harmonies and repeating violins sparkle against the magical lead vocals and truly send the listener into another realm. The echoing background vocals build to great heights until the vital line, "A lot's gonna change in your lifetime," is repeated again, and the only instrument accompanying Merring, once again, is the piano. Here, the song displays one of its most interesting production choices heading into the bridge. It's akin to a swiveling record, a raw scrubbing sound that may initially catch the reader off guard, but it's just lush and smooth enough that it works so well in the context of the track, helping to peel back its layers in order to amplify the bridge and leading up to the final chorus. The bridge brings some of the most introspective and profound lyrics of the entire song, asking questions about death and the effects other people's deaths have on you. If your friends and your family sadly don't stick around, it's high time you'll learn to get by. You'll change with the times. As your life evolves, you learn to as well. I've almost praised this song to oblivion, but here, of course, comes one of the most beautiful moments ever set to music. The bridge transforms into the final chorus as soulful percussion ties everything up and aids this transition, as Merring's gracefully somber singing reaches its peak. A gorgeous violin reaches out while perfectly placed triplets bring the song to its close and add to its anthemic quality. Post-climax, the song wraps up its theme, helped by a sleepy piano and the last line of the song. "Let me change my words, show me where it hurts." Magnifying the pain that comes throughout life, the closing is full of bliss and peace and the most profound kind of bittersweet feeling. What makes the song so beautiful and relevant to me is that it accepts all the bad things that have happened, are happening, and will happen. People die, they move on, they drift apart, and that's a part of life that you just have to accept. A lot is going to change in your lifetime. And the sooner you realize that and are able to leave it behind you, the better off you'll be. Life is an amazing and dazzling and difficult and ever-evolving phenomenon, and there are so many things you just don't have control over. But this lack of control only adds to the beauty of life itself. It sounds cliche, but the only thing that will ever truly stay the same is that things will constantly change. Every element of A Lot's Gonna Change is perfectly placed and immaculately executed. It's so rare that the world is graced with such a stellar piece of music, so I urge you to listen to it right now. Think of your family, your current position in life, think of your regrets and your goals and your hopes and desires. A lot's gonna change in your lifetime, and that's a frightening and beautiful thing.
Show me